Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menasce. Artificial intelligence has invaded many aspects of our business lives, but in order to understand how and where to use AI in your business process, it helps to understand how the current generation of AI actually works. Turns out that AI is not really intelligent. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the difference between pattern recognition and intelligence. We've all seen the cases where AI is completely lacking in common sense. In order to understand how this happens, we need to understand how AI has been trained. And by examining historic patterns, AI takes the lazy path to predicting the next step in the pattern. But not all patterns are predictive. For example, if you type the first two characters of a word starting with the letters TH, the most common letter to follow after the H would be the letter E. There are some less frequent combinations, other vowels like the letter A or I or O or U, they're all possible. Consonants like R can happen after the letter H. You'll almost never see the letter K after the H or the letter P or the letter Z. These letter combinations are fairly predictable. That's how AI can predict what you're going to type next when it's observing you typing a word or a sentence. There are patterns of speech that are common. For example, if the closing sentence in an email starts with, "please feel," chances are good you're going to say, "please feel free to ask any questions," or something like that. This is prediction based on historic observation. That is not the same as intelligence. There's a famous example of asking AI about the nearest car wash, and by gosh, you're in luck, it's really close by, only a few hundred yards away. The answer to the next question is telling. If it's only a few hundred yards away, should I walk or drive to the car wash? Then AI suggests that since it's close, you could walk. Well, this is hilarious and obviously lacking in common sense. It's a failure to connect the predicted answer to the context. It's easy to see how it happens. If it's a short distance, then, well, why not walk? But wait, the whole point is to take to the car wash, because walking to the car wash is not going to get your car cleaned. That's the difference between pattern recognition and true intelligence. If what you want is to truly make use of AI in your business, what you need to do is train it on your own intelligence, on your own systems, and on your own context. Only then will it become useful to you. Now, in most companies, business is a team sport, and so far the interactions with an AI tool have been confined to a single user account. There hasn't been a meaningful way to move a workflow or a project between people within an AI tool. Now, in business, people work in teams and they need to be able to pass work from one person to another. It's been impossible until recently. The folks at Anthropic recently introduced an enterprise feature that allows context to be saved and passed between team members. That's the first truly enterprise feature which allows handoffs between people. OpenAI has also introduced a similar feature. Much of the talk in the past year is focused on the intelligence part of AI, and we've all marveled at the new capabilities that we've witnessed. But all intelligence operates on our business data. Whether it's human intelligence or artificial intelligence, we need our own business data, and we often struggle with misplacing documents. Maybe you can't remember where the most recent version of the document was filed. Was it in a proper document library? Maybe in an email? Is it in your downloads folder on your desktop? Now, if you can't figure it out, how on earth is AI going to figure it out? Maybe the most recent document was an experimental draft that should not be released. Maybe the correct version is 2 or 3 versions old. We call this versionitis in our business. AI makes it so easy to get things done quickly, but if the starting point is lacking in integrity, then the output's going to be garbage as well. The effective use of AI means even more diligent attention to document management and version control. And yes, this is boring. It's dry as toast. Nothing makes a party come to life like a deep discussion on document version management. But if you don't implement strong systems for this, then you're going to be forever facing entertaining horror stories at parties about how someone sent a customer an AI slop as a deliverable. We all know that AI tools are not created equal. There are some tasks that Claude Cowork is really great at, and others where OpenAI Codex is the tool of choice. But each of these are increasingly becoming walled gardens, and they've got no incentive to pass context from one system to another. So in order to make this work seamlessly, you want to separate your data repository from the AI tool itself, and only then will you own the data and the intelligence in your business, and only then can you train AI with your own real data. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.